So what movie was this?
This is the Grand Budapest Hotel, directed by Wes Anderson.
I have not. I know nothing about this film. Billy just gave me a tiny explanation of. I guess this guy has a hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets into some silly, goofy shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is this a comedy?
Yeah, yeah.
You said that.
I think
pretty.
that would be. It would be considered a comedy.
This sounds like a pretty bad comedy.
No.
Why are you hesitating? What makes it
Because
hesitant?
it's just so much more than that. There's so much.
Okay.
So there's
it has
deeper
funny
message.
moments, but it's more
Yeah,
than just a comedy.
yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so how long is it? About an hour and a half?
Yep, about an hour.
Okay, so we're gonna sit down and watch this. We've got a drink. We'll see if any questions come up during this, and then we'll catch back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this opens up with a scene of a woman and some singing in the background.
Yeah.
It looks like, was it priest singing?
Yeah.
And then we see her go up to a statue, and it looks like she's contemplating something.
Yeah.
She's trying to make a decision, or she's thinking about something.
Well, yeah.
And I know we'll probably, get to it. What does she pull? What?
She pulls out the book. Did you see the book?
Oh, the pink book?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw
Called The
that.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, I did not notice that.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
this is the author of that book.
oh, okay.
So right now, what we're watching right now is 1968. So this, the scene where there was the author and he was telling his story? That was 1985. That's the author telling us about the book that he's about to describe. This guy on the right is the author, but younger.
Oh,
So we're three layers deep in this.
already.
Yeah.
And it's
The girl
about
looking at the
4
statue.
minutes in.
Yeah, exactly. The girl looking at the statue, looking at the book. Then we see the author talking about the book that he just wrote. And then this is him.
Going to the hotel that he wrote a book about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there's the narrator right now. Is that the author still, but young author?
Yeah, that's the guy on the right.
That's who's narrating.
Yeah.
That little kid. That little kid
Yeah.
is the guy who plays Flash.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's like
Is he in this?
he's in this.
Wow.
A lot.
Okay. I didn't know this had like a pretty decent cast. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, I'm loving this. Part 1. What did it say? Mr. Gonzalez or something?
Mr. Gustafa, I think.
Part 1 though. I love when movies do this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It adds a I don't want to say childish or anything like that, but it makes it I don't know. It's like when you're watching a play
Yeah.
and it's just okay, great. So this is a section in time. This is its own thing. I'll make keynotes of this and I'll remember it for part 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just laying it out like that is nice. I like when movies do that.
Yeah. Wes Anderson, the director, he loves doing title cards like that.
Really?
Yeah. Of like chapters.
Maybe I should. Well, we will. You'll be my guide. You'll grab me by the. Oh, I was gonna say hand, but if you want to go there.
Yeah, I'll grab your balls.
But yeah, we'll watch more of this guy then. I
Yeah.
like this already. This
Yeah.
is not bad.
Hell yeah. So, the guy on the right, that's the guy who plays Voldemort in the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the girl on the left is a pretty popular British actress. She's the queen in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, if you've ever seen that.
Is that Narnia?
Yeah.
I've never seen that. No, but I recognize. She's the Frost Queen. Okay. Yeah, I know her. Damn, she's old as fuck now.
She's not, dude. This is all prosthetics.
Really?
Yeah, she looks unrecognizable, dude. Until I looked this up after watching it. I didn't even know it was her.
Wow, I thought she was old as shit. That looks great.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, how the good die young. That bitch was old as fuck.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
Doesn't this just look so unique?
Well, yeah, it's this is this whole when it's the author and like the first couple scenes we watched, it was in I think just regular 16:9 ratio, and now it's I don't know what ratio this is, but this is the very different, very oldie.
Yeah, this is 3:2. This is what movies were first shot in.
I see. That makes sense. Yeah, and it's a nice touch. It adds. It makes sense with this character that's the main right now, the Gustav.
Yeah.
He's very old timey, traditional, classic.
Exactly. Exactly, dude. And that's gonna be a prevailing theme.
Like when you say a prevailing thing, like he's gonna be a classy guy, or the ratio will try to fit the time or like the theme of a character.
Um,
You mean
just that theme will
okay?
be throughout this. Yeah.
That actor. Oh my god. Oh, I remember.
The guy,
What it's
Adrian Brody. Oh,
pianist.
yep.
The pianist.
Yep.
That is who you're talking about
Yep.
as well. Okay. Have you seen that movie, The Pianist?
Yes, I have.
Holy,
Oh my.
oh man, talk about an actor that will never like. His face is so immediately right there. His performance in that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like,
Seriously heartbreaking, dude. He's
did you?
got some acting chops for sure.
Oh my God, yeah. Did you take the Holocaust class?
Mm-mm.
Why you just seen that
I've just
movie?
seen it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I watched that when I had to have been 15, 16. And I'm in a room full of fucking students, you know. And even then I was like, I'm gonna fucking cry.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so excited that he's in this. Does he have a pretty prominent role in
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Oh yes, okay, awesome.
So he's the old woman's son.
Okay. Which she hates the son of the kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the if you didn't see, the executor of the will is Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love Jeff. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I don't. I his roles all seem to have very similar like feels to them,
Yeah.
but that's fine.
Yeah.
Because just like I feel like he plays a character and keeps a lot of his own personal traits.
Yeah.
And like in interviews and stuff, I love him. He's just a great.
He's
fucking
just
guy.
so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't this a star-studded cast?
Yeah, this is good. I
Yeah.
like this so far.
And he doesn't have big budgets. Wes Anderson, he stretches his money, and most of the actors like working with him and take very little. They are not paid the best for these roles,
Right.
but they just love working with him.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
That makes me appreciate just these people that I'm seeing like as actors and actresses more.
Yeah.
Just like knowing like these guys have a passion for Hollywood.
yeah.
You know, they're just
Yeah.
like this is a great guy. Like
I
we're gonna
wanna
make a
be in
good
this.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice. Like Iron Man,
hmm
you can just tell like at the end of his contract he didn't want to renew and stuff because it's just he didn't have a passion for it,
Yeah.
you know. And you can see it in the last bits of his stuff. You can really see it.
Yeah.
And same with like Thor. Like Thor is getting close. I think he's almost done.
I think he might have one more, maybe.
Maybe. But Love and Thunder, I mean, Jesus, he just gave up.
Oh, really?
Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's just, I mean, it's mostly the writing.
Yeah.
I mean, the what's his name? Taika Waititi.
Yeah. Taika Waititi.
Yeah. Um, he took what was like really unique about Ragnarok and
Yeah.
like the humor and all that, and then just did it way overkill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's political, I guess, but no, it's not even political because it's not about men or women. The other roles in this movie, whether they're men or women or whatever, they all just dog on Thor. Like Thor is the joke of this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like I just don't I fucking hate. I miss when you know the superheroes were like badass mofos.
Yeah.
The first Iron Man, the whole time you're like damn, this nigga's smart as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you respect them and you're like, wow, this is crazy. And Thor, was boring at first,
Yeah.
but at least he's serious. He's like, yeah, I got a fucking job to do.
Yeah. And like the god of thunder, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so Thor was a little boring, I'll agree with that. It
Yeah.
needed some flavor.
Yeah,
And Ragnarok
I
did that
agree.
well.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the god of thunder. What is the
Yeah.
place that he like ruled upon? What was it?
Asgard.
Asgard.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fucking protector of Asgard. Just that title alone. You think he's gonna be some fucking yeah, I like to stick my armpits in butter.
Yeah.
And that fourth movie is what it made him to be. There's just no passion. He has a contract. He needs to do the films for the money.
Yeah.
This though, you can already tell. You can already tell the wild difference.
When people want.
Yeah,
be in
they're
it.
committed to this role that they're doing. This is really good so far.
Oh yeah, with what you were saying about Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., dude. Watching things about Oppenheimer, actually, dude, he does not like that he was part of Marvel. It's what I get the impression of. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. When he Oppenheimer was amazing, and
Yeah.
we'll talk probably about that. Oppenheimer was really good, but
Mhm.
it did not take long for Robert Downey Jr. to just be like, I think it was before the movie came out. He was like, yeah, this is the best movie I've ever been in.
Yeah, seriously.
Which is fair. Christopher Nolan, he's never been
Yeah.
in a Nolan film,
Yeah,
I can't say I blame the guy, but Endgame was like pretty monumental.
yeah,
It was like a big ass movie.
yeah. I think it's the highest grossing movie ever, and he was part of that.
No, not highest grossing ever. That'd be Avatar.
No, it beat Avatar. Did Way of the Water beat that?
I don't think anything has beat Avatar.
Yeah, Endgame for sure did.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They might have beat them opening weekend sales, but not highest grossing.
Oh, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think Avatar is the biggest, and I think Avatar 2 was almost just as big. I think
Oh,
Avatar
really?
2 was a pretty big deal too.
Oh, I don't know.
I know that Avatar 2, their profit alone covers the budget for the next 3 movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I gotta go pee too. We're taking a piss break. This is my time to talk shit on Billy, and we had this last episode, and I think we're gonna keep this going. It'll be fun. He's the one who's gonna be editing all this. Oh, but he's pissing fast. I'm not even talking shit. Oh gosh, this is not up to par of the last one. Billy takes really, I guess, big ass poops. He has a girlfriend of quite some time, and that was a fun little fact she shared with me. So now all of you guys get to know. I hope he leaves this in. Billy, you better leave this in, dude. You better fucking be a man. Be a man. Billy takes big old dookies. Big old stinkies. God, poop humor? Am I 12?
it's great looking at the style of Wes Anderson after seeing a couple of his movies. He's got such a unique style. Everything has such a great look to it. And he's able to stretch a budget so far and make it look incredible. And in this, there's those little like miniatures that are just so blatantly miniatures. It's kind of goofy. And that's just adds to the style so much too.
Willem Dafoe is by far one of my favorite actors ever. That is a movie can we watch this for the next week? It's called Lighthouse. It has Willem Dafoe. Have you heard of it? I got recommended it by a couple of different people who were like really into movies. Yeah. And I keep seeing memes of it's like me when I'm 90 years old talking to my homeboy. Fortnite. I don't know. It just fucking cracks me up. But I hear it's a pretty like intense. So I really want to watch that. I think that would get us talking. We should watch that next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm totally down.
I'll find out where to watch it, and that'll be the plan. We'll watch that next week. I will say, with art, because I mean we're about to see this picture. Um, I used to be, and I don't know, maybe this is just because I'm more into art. Um, but like I'm a Pisces, if anyone who's into astrology. But as I've gotten older, I have really like understood like you know how there's like people will just fucking splotch paint onto a thing and sell it for $5,000 and be like, that's art, what the fuck? People get mad at that. I really understand it now. Like there's so much well one you can take it however you want, right? So you can attribute that painting to a time in your life that makes sense to you and you can have it. It's yours. It's your art, right? But you can at least for me there's an energy. There's like you can feel the difference of someone just like splotching paint onto a canvas versus someone an artist, you know, who had a bad day and they throw paint. They angrily splotch paint at a canvas. There's a difference. You can feel that. And
Yeah.
that is, you know, successful people tend to have brighter minds, not talking about the government, but, you know, self made successful people tend to be of higher IQ status. And so I'm sure like the people that they'd want around would understand that. I mean, yet again, fucking. This is okay. So we just saw the first scene of Willem Dafoe talking in this. The first scene we see him in is him punching Zero.
Yeah.
Uh, but once again, man, Willem Dafoe just, I mean, for me, just steals the fucking scene.
Yeah, seriously.
He's so good.
Good.
And I don't know what it is about his face. I don't think he's ugly by any means. He's a decent looking guy. But he has a, a very intimidating, creepy,
Yeah.
yeah, just
I mean,
slightly.
yeah, I think if he was a normal person I saw on the street, I would say he would be probably an attractive
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
But the roles he tends to take are like creepy weirdos.
yeah. I mean, even the fucking, you know, let's take the probably the most childish. Well, I don't know a lot of his movies, but one of the more childish things he's done, The Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Even then, he steals the fucking scenes.
Yeah.
He is
And
like,
he's like perfect for that role.
yeah, and it's in the Raimi movies and the Marvel. He has such a seriousness to him. Like he really, yeah, he gives every role everything he has. I
Mm-hmm.
feel, and you can see it, man. He just, like I said, he just has a fucking way with acting. Great fucking actor. I love Willem Dafoe.
Seriously.
We should watch more shit with him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're doing Lighthouse. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. I'm gonna grab another Fresca. Do you want me to grab you one? Dude, how sick would it be if we got massive and got sponsored by Fresca?
Oh,
That would be so cool, dude. Because we would just kill. We always, all the time, we talk about like, man, Fresca, dude, just is so good. And I have no problem telling people like, guys, if you haven't had a Fresca, go try one.
Try it.
Just try it.
There's nothing wrong with
It's $6. Go get a case at Walmart. If you hate it, give it to your grandma.
it. Yeah.
But go try it.
Yeah.
They're so good, so refreshing. You want it in a cup with ice or?
So the aspect ratio it's in when it's the author talking to Zero, the old Zero, that is the cinematic aspect ratio in from the 60s or 70s ish.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then the one where she's looking at the statue is like 16 by 9
Wow.
or whatever.
So it does just really moves with the times that they're in. That's great. This reminds me. I mean, I don't know filmmakers like you do, so maybe this will be an ignorant or cliche things. I don't know, but I do feel almost like I'm watching a like a distant relatives of Quentin Tarantino film, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like it reminds me a lot of it, just in the sense that like in Pulp Fiction, Quentin does a lot of like when she draws the square, like she actually, you know, shit like that. And it's very reminiscent of that. I love it. I fucking love this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. They both
The-
have such a unique style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lighting. So we just watched a scene where the author got emotional. He didn't know how to proceed with the story, and the lighting in that scene of us seeing him struggle and pause and like
Mhm.
hesitate, um, everything dims
Yeah.
and you feel very sucked into his world.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're yes, there's still people having dinner and all that, but you're very drawn to the two people in the front, and then the light shines to reveal that he's crying. I don't know. It's really good, and it's not big things, but it's just like it adds so much emotion and dramatization
Mhm.
of the scenes. It's
Mhm.
really well done.
Yeah. Seriously.
Taking liberty in conveying emotion and all that in any way they want to, with the aspect ratio, the lighting. Like this is really great.
Um, one thing is like, um, so Wes Anderson, is an auteur director, which means he is involved in every single aspect of the filmmaking. He works directly with like the cinematographer to make it look like he wants. He's in with like the props and the set designers. Like this is what I want it to look like. Make it like this, and he's like critiquing them while they're doing these things. He's very involved, even in the music production too.
So he's very similar to Monsieur Gustave that we're seeing in this. He's very a part of everything. Every little system goes with him, and it's his decision. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That again, here we go with the passion. Like, if a director, like, I don't know, I guess I don't know necessarily. Oh, fucking Taika Waititi. Uh, just you can tell he didn't have a passion. He like, okay, these jokes and this like kind of worked for the last one. Let's redo it and let's get some fucking money. You know, this guy, he's in every aspect, like you're saying. I know, tour director. That just show like, I wonder how much this movie made. I hope he got like, I hope this went well.
I think this is his most profitable one.
Oh really?
His movies don't typically do very well. They are very artsy. If you, yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair. Man, I wish more people appreciated it though.
This is, I think, my favorite one of his.
Would you say that his other one still like worth watching? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But this one feels more concise. The other ones, some of the other ones, they go out there.
That's fair. I could see then why people might not, gravitate towards that, but I'm down to keep on.
Yeah.
I've seen this clip on something, I think TikTok. Now, who is that? Do we know who that is? Is he? No, that's just a guy. It just shows he's got connections all over.
Well, I that's what I thought the first time I saw this, but I think it's just because it's so pretty he doesn't want to cut it.
Oh, really? You think that does it say that? Doesn't
No,
confirm ever?
no, and that
Huh.
guy never shows up again. That's what I thought the first time too. I remember thinking that,
Yeah, I
but the
thought
past
like
couple times I just kind of thought, oh, it's just because it's
maybe
pretty.
because he's pretty. Yeah, okay,
Maybe.
that would make sense. Huh. Very nice of the guard. I could tell when they said that why are we stopping at the barley? I was like, oh, this is why. This is where he goes. Yeah. Fucking sad. Oh, that was good as fuck. I don't even
Yeah.
know.
And I think that ending pays off so well because like, so they're not exactly Nazis. They just have like an SS logo.
Yeah.
But they didn't have like the Nazi flags or anything. So this is some kind of like fictional-ish universe. This place that they're at isn't a real place in Europe. It's like a made-up place and this like made-up World War II-ish.
Right.
But like we know what it represents.
Oh yeah.
So once we see them in the beginning, we're like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
fascism and Nazis. Okay.
Yeah. I it didn't say anywhere, but you can tell. That's the time that it's referring to. That's what it's talking about. That was great. That was a actually really easy to follow.
Yeah.
I could see him not doing it as well in other movies. I could see that. Like it not being, what's the word? Comprehensible.
Yeah.
I could see that being a problem. But in this one, it was really well. It was really good.
Yeah. I think this one is. We'll eventually watch some others, but what I'll say is I feel like his. Okay, so you would agree with me that this is a very artsy movie, just in the way it looks.
Well, there's a lot of artistic liberty in this movie. It is not a conventional film. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would definitely agree with that.
and it is super stylized, right?
Oh yeah.
And like even the way they talk, the way they move is
Mhm.
like kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't know, the scene where they're in the sled chasing him in the skis, Willem Dafoe, that was goofy. It was funny.
Yeah,
It was like
it was like super goofy.
yeah. I don't know if it had to have been on purpose because in 2015, like movies like Transformers was coming out.
Yeah.
So like had to have been on purpose that it looked goofy as shit.
Or even just like those like the snow lifts that
Yeah.
they were riding.
Yeah.
up.
They looked like it almost looked like they were like toys that were filmed.
That's exactly what they are. They're little
Oh, are they?
miniatures.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome. Okay, yeah, you can definitely tell.
Yeah,
But it's great.
it is
It
great.
keeps such a like a silly
Like a lightness.
yeah. It's
Uh,
I don't know, but yeah, it
Yeah.
keeps it silly. It keeps it light.
yeah.
Which, again, so they keep it silly, they keep it light. But man, when Willem Dafoe is on the screen, intensity,
Mm-hmm.
just anxiety,
And
like
and Adrian Brody too. I think he delivers that pretty well.
is he the?
He's
Dimitri?
yeah. Like
Yeah,
when
he does really good.
when he's
Man,
walking
it was-
down,
Following.
following Agatha,
Yeah.
and those like those organ chords were playing. It was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, and then
he's coming.
I don't know why, but just the way when he like ripped the paper of the painting, that like scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he's just creepy, which was really cool seeing him in such a different role because
Yeah.
I've seen him in The Pianist. That's how I know him.
Yeah.
And his first line is, "You're that fucking faggot." Right? Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he says.
That was like, okay, this is a very different role, but he did it really well. It was good.
Yeah. So something Wes Anderson is just like kind of known for is collecting actors pretty much. Like
Oh.
Adrian Brody is in almost all of them that I've seen.
Oh, I see. Like, okay, yeah.
And William Dafoe.
Like Christopher Nolan with Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Except it's
A lot more.
a lot more. Like
Okay, I'm down with that. These are great actors. So is Willem Dafoe in some of the other ones?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
and Tina Swilton, that's the girl. That was the old lady that died. That's her name. She's in a few of them. Zero or I don't know what his name is. The guy who also plays Flash.
Right.
He's in
What do
at
you
least
think
one other.
actually about that? Not to get off topic, but what do you think? Because I know you don't read the comics, but Flash Thompson.
Yeah.
How he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
What do you think of like Marvel's take on?
I
Flash?
think it's a really great direction to take that character. To
Really?
be like that's like modern bullying. Is straight up somebody like him. So I think in that aspect, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I like it, the direction, but I don't know if it's the best actor for it.
Oh yeah.
In my personal opinion, it's a good direction. I agree. It is like modern bullying, but he's like not popular.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
he's a bully who bullies, but isn't like. I don't know. That's I think the only thing I would want is like for Flash to still be like somewhat of a built dude or popular with the girls,
Or
kind
like,
of a dick.
yeah,
But like showing that he's got like in the last movies, it's been hinting and like really getting into the fact that this Flash Thompson has like rough childhood shit going on. Like, shit at home's not okay.
right.
I
Yeah.
love that. I just wish it was a little bit less of like a nerdy bully almost.
Yeah, and it would be one thing, not to say that actor is not attractive, but when I look
He's
at
not
him,
conventionally attractive, is what
yeah,
I would say.
but when he's like picking on somebody like Tom Holland,
Yeah,
there's a bit of
that's
a
exactly
there's a
what my issue is, I think. Yeah.
yeah, there's a bit of a disconnect there, and
I
like
know it's a little bit like that's a little bit off of reality.
yeah,
Like
and I'm so aware
not
of
to
it.
go, obviously the dude's not he's fine looking,
Yeah,
But Tom Holland, I mean, fucking ages 18 to 25 are throwing their panties at him. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
exactly.
So yeah, I agree. When I first saw it, I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know about that. But yeah, it's a good direction. But he did really good in this. He was a
Mhm.
totally different person.
yeah,
I thought that I would think of him as just Flash, but he totally pulls off this role as well.
yeah.
He's really good. Good.
There's
I'll keep it.
certain scenes. There's two things that I love. There's scenes where people will go like they're in front of the camera, they walk off to the either side, and then they come back around in like the background.
Ah,
You know how that
yeah,
happens
yeah,
a lot?
Yeah, no.
Like
Oh, I guess.
like when him and Agatha are in the bed together and then the guy's coming, so he goes up through the roof and he runs around. He goes off screen and then comes back in the background and jumps over to the board he's running.
Oh, yes, I do know what you mean. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Why do you love that?
I don't know. It's just such a unique
Yeah.
way to I don't know.
Keep a film grounded, I think.
Yeah.
It's very subtle,
Yeah.
but I think it does that. It reminds you, I think, of just like it keeps everything grounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's time in between.
Yeah.
We're just an audience of what's happening here. We don't have to see every single thing.
Yeah.
And there's time between him. I don't know. For me, yes, I agree. I like that shot. I didn't think about this before, but there's a very intense feeling when it comes to time sensitivity in this movie. And that's well done. And I think that helps.
Yeah.
Little shots like that. It's like he's running. He's fucking sprinting because he's got distance to cover.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing that I think was so cool is like then there's scenes where the camera is completely still and sometimes it zooms in and out, but then things move in the frame. For example, like at the very beginning, the old lady is there and she's leaving in the car. We're in the car looking at
Yes.
Gustav and it zooms out and then the car drives away.
Yeah.
In the same like shot.
Yeah. I know
Things
what you're talking
move
about.
in the frame in and out.
Yeah. They leave the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the way, I don't know, it's just such a cool style. I don't know. There's really something about it. And like I'm saying, there's so much style to this, and he cares so much about that. It really does get in the way sometimes. Like
Oh,
sometimes it's so stylized that it's like, dude, if I didn't absolutely love watching your things, I would not watch this.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll have to watch some of the other stuff and see how it goes. 'Cause I liked this, but I will definitely give an honest opinion on the other stuff.
Yeah.
This is yeah, I like this one.
You mentioned you had seen The Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Actually, remember that gifted education in Morena that I told you about? We watched it in that class one time, but this was first grade, and I had a crush on Lauren. And so we were totally goofing off. I don't even remember any of it. That's the only time I've like sat through the entire thing. But I remember it was interesting.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, and then I've seen clips of it and glimpses of it, and I want to watch that movie again. I would like to. Why do you ask about that?
That's the same guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
awesome to watch that. See clips of it on TikTok, and I'm like
Oh yeah.
enamored. I stay there and watch the whole thing. Like I saw a clip today of the little kid being like, "Yeah, but I've got some of that natural raw talent, right?"
Yeah.
He's like, "You're improving." Let's put it that way. And the other kid fucking
Yeah.
just nails it. I think it was his nephew or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in that movie.
Have you seen the one where the guy goes up and breaks the shelves and like throws everything off like a table? I've seen it a few times.
Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah.
Not and it's always sad context, but yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there was one I saw of that clip where it was talking about Overwatch players having to play Overwatch.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly like that.
Yeah, I have seen that clip. Um, okay, so that's what I wanted to say. We called it before I had seen any of this. I was like, yeah, Willem Dafoe always has like a creepy, intensity to him. And the motherfucker, he was killing people this entire film. It was because of the stylization of this film and the dramatization. It almost gives this feeling of like it's interesting. There's cartoonish aspects, right? But then shots like we're talking about before with, things leaving and a real presence of time, it keeps it grounded. But because of that cartoonishness at times, you kind of forget like that shit can happen
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
And so when he slams the door on his fingers
And
then
yeah, cuts them off. Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, he just fucking murdered this guy."
Yeah.
Yeah, and go figure, Willem Dafoe is that guy. He's the fucking yeah.
Yeah. The hunt.
That was really good. I liked that a lot. It caught me by surprise because I liked the chase scenes in this movie a lot because it's not like there's a very high suspense to them because of the calmness of them. Like when when the attorney is getting chased by Willem Dafoe, he's not getting chased, just followed a tail. And something's gonna happen. It builds up to okay, he's slowly walking behind him. The other one is trying to move quickly but calmly, and it just builds this burning question of like, okay, so what is the resolution to the conflict here?
Yeah.
What happens when they do meet? When they do, and then it's just so abrupt, just dead.
Yeah.
It's like wow, oh, okay. It was really good. I
Yeah.
liked the chase scenes a lot. And the same thing with Agatha and Dimitri.
Yeah.
It's just a very calm, what's gonna happen? That he gets in the elevator, like, okay, what's
yeah.
happening?
Because of that chase with William Dafoe and Jeff Goldblum, I expected Agatha to die there. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was a mirror shot, pretty
Yeah.
much. I thought she was dead.
Yeah.
Especially after they had already teased us once with the death of Agatha. Which man, that got me. I was hopeful that it wasn't, but when they were saying all that stuff about the plans and
Yeah.
no, I was like,
And the
oh.
girl's head, it was like, oh.
And it was right after Gustav was like, what a lovely lady. She's really something.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did good with that.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then that's another thing I really liked about the representation of Zero, when he's the older author, is he doesn't talk about Agatha that much. He talks about Gustav's feelings and respects towards her,
But not really his own. Yeah.
no, yeah, he kept that away. He kept that very personal. That was very real to a man who's like been through some shit. He at first wanted to ignore it completely. He was like, "We're not going to get into that."
Yeah.
And then just
Like, leave it
very
there.
abrupt. He gave the necessary details. He was like, "Agatha, we fell in love." And then at the end, it's just very abrupt. She didn't reach old age. She died of this disease
Yeah.
2 years after this, and that was that.
And his infant son.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, poor guy. You feel for him too, in all of this.
Yeah.
It's really good. The lighting when he's talking about all this
Yeah.
really does well at forces you to connect with the emotions
Yeah.
that he's going. Man, Billy's taking another potty break, which means I get to talk my shit. So you guys now know he takes big old dookies. Me and Billy, I guess we could, here's an introduction. We don't know still what we're going to name this whole thing, and we're trying this out. We're both 20 years old. Billy's a smart guy, really into computers. He is pretty impressive at the knowledge he's got on computers and keeping up with all the new tech. And he graduated high school 2021 and he dropped out of college. Just decided it wasn't for him. Now he's thinking about film school, though. He's kind of getting into that thought process, which is why I think we're starting this. We want to get more into film. Well, he does specifically. I am Franklin. He calls me Frankie. 20 years old, dropped out of high school. And want to try gaming, but we're starting this in hopes of just having a good time, seeing if this leads anywhere, taking risks in our 20s. And he's back from his piss, so I want to try fucking Mendel's. This bakery, these baked goods were such a big element of their success in a way.
Yeah.
Like, he was just giving Mendel's to those fucking inmates, and they were like, dude, you're the fucking G. Like, let's get you out of here. The Mendel's, I mean, at the guard when they're, sneaking to the hotel at the end with Dimitri, he's fully convinced after him having a bite of that Mendel's. He's like, oh, you guys got me another little box? Fucking go through.
Yeah. So, and then when he's in prison, he gives the soup to that guy and puts salt in it, and the guy's like, thanks.
Yeah,
and then saves them.
Murdering a guy for them.
Yeah. And then, or even when they're on the train the first time, they're about to get like beat up on the train, and then the police guy comes in and is like, do you remember me?
It was ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who.
Yeah. He comes in and he's like, do you remember me? You were really nice to me when I was a little kid. And that saves him there.
Yeah.
But then in the end, that same kind of courtesy
didn't work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although there's a thing to be said, though. I mean, he, at the end of that scene, the first one in the train, where he's polite and it works out for them, he tries, again, continuing with that politeness, and proceeds to say, fuck it, and, take a drink, and then progressively, so that was, I think, foreshadowing of, like, because in the second scene, he tries to be polite, and then immediately is no longer polite. He's like, I will fucking have you hanged if you touch this, and I think that has something to do with it as well, as to why, maybe from a writer's perspective, not like, factually or like in the real world, but in the writer's perspective as to like why he died from the second occurrence, is like he gave up in a sense. In the first scene, he's slightly, fuck it, whatever, but he still was polite for the entirety that was needed. The second one, it grew, that resentment of having to keep that polite act up, and he died. So because he joined that barbaric slaughterhouse. Yeah. Well, I hadn't just now until when you had said that about it keeps benefiting him until the end. Yeah, so I think that would make sense. That would at least be pretty to think about.
And then, well, even so, that thing happens on the train where he says, fuck it. And then later, when they're out of prison, and he meets up with the. Yeah, man, he's being a dick. He was being an absolute dick because he forgot the perfume.
Because he forgot the perfume. Yeah, I think maybe that's an underlying thing there. Is that his slow like descent into, I guess, not an asshole, but no longer a class man.
Yeah.
The polite, the one that we see at the beginning. I mean, he was fucking And then obviously shit happens. I have no judgment or like, oh, he was, like a lot of the situations it made sense for him to be giving up on the politeness, except that one.
Yeah.
The perfume, I mean, come on. I mean, back then, racism was a lot more prevalent. Doesn't mean it's okay. And he got racist.
He did get racist, dude.
He got bad, dude.
Yeah.
And oof. And Zero, man. Jesus. He's gone through so much shit. And that's what I mean, like, it's interesting because Zero, the child version of the young one, he just feels like a totally different character sometimes than the old Zero that is, narrating this. And then there's moments where it just really comes together and you realize, like, oh, you're right, the Zero is guy. And I don't know. It does a good job of just like feel bad for this. Knowing like he's all alone in this hotel, right? The old Zero. We know he's living in the servants' quarters, fucking, sad little life.
Yeah.
Even though he's rich. And that's sad. That's sad enough. And then we go to young Zero, who it feels like a totally different person.
Yeah.
And he's like, my family was shot and killed. I'm a refugee. I have nothing. Family zero. Right? Oh, man. And it's just, and then they do things when the lighting scenes where he's crying and it shows all that, and it reconnects those two characters because you remember he's telling this story right now, and it's like it's pretty powerful. It's really is. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think the emotions are really well done in this movie.
Yeah, and I think that goes again to the writing. This is all made up too. Like he's a refugee from a made up place, I think.
Yeah, Axel.
It
didn't sound. It sounded like a take on maybe like Arabic, something from Arab, but yeah, it didn't sound real.
Yeah, and probably from a war that is not real, but based on what we know about our real world, we know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah,
even though it's
context clues.
Yeah, dude.
And motherfuckers who couldn't grasp context clues in English class, I wanted to strangle. Like, oh, the worst one, dude. Fucking every time you're doing popcorn reading, and the third person is always fucking popcorn marshmallow who can't read. Oh, great. Here we fucking go. And the teacher, bro. Now I'm an adult now, and know that everyone is just an adult who fucking works to pay the bills. Some of them like their job, most of them don't.
Yeah.
Imagine being a teacher in that situation. You can't say shit. It's your job to teach this kid.
Yeah.
But you're probably just as frustrated as everyone else.
Yeah.
That'd be
true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. They were just as frustrated. Yeah.
It's being like, why did you popcorn him? You know he can't read. Yeah. It's funny. Now that I've told you about that gifted class I was in, I keep having stories about it. But I remember one time I felt so fucking good. We were doing popcorn reading, and someone had popcorned me to read. And then after it was my turn, I went popcorn, whoever the fuck I popcorn, I don't know. And probably my crush, you know how that goes. Yeah. Man, kids flirting is hilarious. Yeah, oh, I'm gonna popcorn my crush. Just so they know I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
But I had popcorned someone, and the entire class was like, is it okay if we just have Franklin read for the rest of the class? And the teacher was like, okay, sure. So I just read for the whole fucking class.
Wow.
Yeah. Made me feel great.
That's
dude.
Awesome.
Yeah. I was in that class until they only did it until I moved. So 6th grade was my last year in there. Yeah. But man, I miss it. That was awesome. So I passed that, got into it. But man, it was exactly what I wanted. Everything else I was so great at. It just wasn't a challenge. Math, reading, all that. I was just like, people would come to me for help. And then gym, 1 hour a day. That's what it was called, gym class. We're learning about physics. We're learning about fucking how architects, draw their floor plans. We're learning about, yeah. I learned the Isaac Newton's three laws in first grade. We were learning about that stuff, and I've told you that I flew a plane when I was 11, right? That was through that class.
Oh.
Yeah, we had to take a pilot's like trainee something class for 6 months. You paid to sign up for it, and it was like, if you guys study this is just a side thing. It's on your own time, but you can fly a plane in 6 months. Me and my buddy Cameron, my best friends since before I moved here, we fucking looked at each other and we were like, dude, we're flying a plane. We're doing that. Took so much convincing on my mom.
Yeah.
She was like, I mean, imagine letting your 11-year-old son fly a plane.
Yeah.
But man, it was so fucking.
That's sick.
Not to like, is it okay if I rant for a second? Yeah. I don't tell this story enough, and it's super cool. I don't know why I don't tell it, but I think I have maybe told it to you. But we get there, right? And I'm nervous. I'm shaking in my fucking boots, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a little kid. I'm getting ready to fly a plane. I was like, holy shit. And we had to take like a safety, like 15-minute prep class before everything. And then it was my turn. And they didn't have any more planes that would fit like 3 or 4 kids. They were all up in the air. There was one plane left, and I went last. And it was this guy who did stunts for like parades and shit. 4th of July, they'd fly over and do all that stuff. And so it was a stunt plane, and it was just me and him in the pilot cabin. That was it. There was no room for anyone else. So I got the like VIP experience.
Yeah.
No other kids. It was just me and this guy. And I was so fucking scared because everyone else had all these people, and I'm grateful for it. But at the moment, I was like, oh my God, like, it's just me and this dude. We're going to go up in the air. Oof. And then we get up in the air, dude, and it was just like, what the fuck? It's like looking down at the view, like, wow, holy hell. And this was around 6. And the Arizona sunsets, man. Have you ever seen Arizona sunsets? No. It's one of the things that state is like known for. And seeing it up in the air like that was like, wow, holy hell. And then I'm sitting there admiring all this, and he's like, all right, grab the stick. Like, oh, right, I need to fly this. And he was like, just the gentler, the better. Better. People think that you have to like fucking grab it like this. You can literally, and he showed me, he was like, you can fly it with 2 fingers. He just like made us like do a little fucking thing. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So I just grabbed it like this. I mean, this is literally how easy it was to move it. And he was like, all right, turn us around. All right, take us up a couple thousand feet, take us down. And it was like, it was a good ass, like, it was cool.
That's insane that you got to do that.
Yeah, I really missed that class. That was awesome.
That's so cool. Yeah. They had something kind of like that here. Bro, I'm not gonna blame. I don't blame my teachers for this at all.
Okay.
There was that class, and you tested into that in first grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. My siblings, younger 3 siblings, all were in that class.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. What is it called?
It's called AIM.
AIM. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No, I don't remember. But bro, I was an absolute menace to my first grade teacher. Like, I 100% get it. I was a menace. And then her husband died.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I was in the principal's office a lot.
Really?
Yes. Elementary school, I was in the principal's office a lot. Everything, dude.
That's so interesting. I've never thought of you as someone who would be a problem.
I was a menace in elementary school, dude.
This reminds me of a thing. Please hold your thought. I want to
talk
about this. Remember that Jake Paul video I was talking about with 21 Savage?
Yeah.
There's a fucking part where he goes to 21 Savage and he's like, people call me a savage.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, Cody, he's like, I've killed people. What do you do? Why are you a fucking savage?
Yeah.
That reminded me of it. But anyway, so what would you do? Were you just talkative? Were you late?
Yes, I was talkative,
Okay.
hella. That was mostly it.
Okay.
That was
Just
mostly it.
causing fucking
Yeah.
distraction.
Yeah. Like, I would get my work done so fast, and then I'd sit there and be talking to people because I'm done, and nobody else is. And so I'm like distracting people.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. And I never got tested for the AIM class.
Really?
Yeah.
Little bitch.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Major unfortunate.
Wow, that does suck. Because that makes sense. I could totally see. You're smart as shit. So
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have been in that.
Which is all right. I just missed out on the advanced English,
Oh, okay.
but I tested into the advanced math later. So
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So it was like advanced classes.
mhm.
Okay.
It was a whole set. All the AIM people were in one class together, and they never interacted with us. And in like 3rd grade or in 4th grade, they went to the middle school instead of staying at the elementary school. And then after that, they were just automatically in all the advanced classes after like middle school, I think.
Dude, you're fucking sitting there and the teacher's reading to you in 1st grade, and then it's like, is wine kind? All threw up. And everyone is like, they look back and like, oh, what Paul? Just like the most random shit would happen during your education. It's so hilarious to me, dude.
Yeah.
Genuinely, shout out to teachers who teach young kids. That seems so hard, bro.
Yeah,
That
seriously.
seems so hard.
I think at least once a year in elementary school, like I'd say kindergarten through like 4th grade, somebody pissed themselves. Like at least one person in at least every single year, dude. They just be pissing themselves.
Oh man, or fucking the kid, you'd walk in the bathroom and just bare ass. Which, like, even as a kid, I was like,
what are you doing?
what? I'm the same age as you. I don't pee like that. Man, just wild shit.
Although, straight up though, kindergarten, I remember my first day, I did that. Pulled my pants all the way down, and one of my buddies, he came up to me and he was like, don't do that.
What a G.
I know.
Hey, homie, don't pee like that. You can do that at home. I remember one time, I never did it. I never no one ever saw me doing it, but I remember one time it was either kindergarten or 1st grade, and I had done that. I had pulled my pants all the way down to piss, and I was like, and then after like I started pissing, I felt wind on my ass, and I was like, why does this feel like different? And I realized, I'm like, wait, why did I pull my pants all the way down there? Maybe it's just like an instinct for kids. Get fucking naked, buck ass.
One time I went to the principal's office for peeing
How
in
old
like
were you?
2nd grade
Okay, so you peed.
in the playground. Like, there was a grass area, and I was like,
So you pissed on it like a dog?
no, yeah,
You were just like, oh, there's grass.
no, worse though. We were all like, I was like, guys, I don't want to go in and piss. Get around me. So everybody surrounded me with their backs to me,
Oh my god.
and I just
dude.
pissed in this like circle of people. Oh my god.
No wonder you went to the principal's office, dude. You had a little gang behind you. Like, what's going on? And they walk over and just see a piss.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, we had a crew.
Okay.
Oh, ratings.
Yeah,
This
let's
movie.
do that.
I have like this is pretty high up on my list. I have this at number 9
Really?
of 70 of almost 80 movies. Number 9. I really like this one. I think this is probably a 9.2,
Really?
9.4.
Wow. Okay. I would give it probably an 8.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it has a lot. It's really fucking good. So I mean, an 8 is still incredibly higher than average, but it does emotions really well. And it is stylized, but I like that. I'm just a fucking sucker for very serious, almost fucked up movies.
Yeah.
And this had like the cartoonishness to it, and that's great for this movie. I still very much enjoyed that aspect of it, but not necessarily higher than an 8 for me, just because of my preferences.
Yeah.
But a really good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that pretty much wraps us up.
Yeah.
We got to go to sleep, do shit. Lighthouse. We'll watch that next week. Okay, well, we'll see. It'll be 2 weeks, and we'll record the next.
Yeah, go watch Lighthouse, and then come here, and we'll talk about it.
And again, if anyone's listening out there, not to sound like legend, I am legend.
Yeah.
But thanks, anyone who watches. We appreciate it. We're two 20-year-olds just having fun, trying shit out. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye, fuckers.